Ooh, it's been a long day at work. I'm ready to go outside and fly one of these drones.
HTX. Throttle warning. Switch warning. And engine off.
As you guys can see, the rain is just not gonna let up. So I can't really fly my FPV drones because I'm not really good at them yet. I'm still in training, and you guys know this is what this channel is about. Seeing somebody go from where I am now to being able to actually fly the FPV drones. But in the process of that, I'm a huge RC guy. Guys, make sure you go over to my other channel, GNCRC, and check out some of the content on there, where we have a bunch of surface vehicles. May have had one boat on there and a couple airplanes. Make sure you check that channel out. I'll link it above now. So this is for my car guys that want to get into FPV, and they are not sure where to get started. I'm going to show you guys a way to get into FPV at a cheap price by getting a set of box goggles, a cheap FPV camera, and a 3D printed mount. I'll make sure I have links below to all these items and the alternative items that I'm about to go over them. So you don't have a 3D printer, I'll share some options of ways of getting this mount printed. You don't have to have this actual mount because they have tons of mounts on different platforms. This set of goggles were about $199 or $219 or so, but I'm going to give you some cheaper options. That way you can get into this really cheap and have fun with it, because you don't have to break the bank to FPV one of your cars. Whether you want an FPV or Losi Micro B, your SCX24 crawler, this $25 RC car, which I would consider stocking stuffer, a mini XRT, this $25 kids RC car. And we're going to even test it out on this cheap Temu drone. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and stay tuned, because I will be giving one of these away. I'm going to do a test video on this and show you how well they fly. I'm not expecting a lot out of it. It's just a cheap drone. If you guys do have a 3D printer, don't worry about this part. For the guys that don't have a 3D printer, I'm going to show you two easy ways of getting this mount or any other mount that you choose, or any other part you choose to get 3D printed. And I will put a link to 3D printers that I would choose if I was looking at an affordable 3D printer option today. So if I didn't have a 3D printer, my very first option would be I would ask a friend. A ton of people have printers nowadays. It's kind of common to see a 3D printer in their home. It's almost like seeing a toaster oven, especially if you have friends that RC. Out of probably every 10 of your friends, you're going to have 2 to 3 that have a 3D printer, or maybe even more. That would be the very first option I would choose. And if they don't have the type of material that you need, I would buy it. I would go ahead and let them print it with that roll, and I would just let them keep it if I didn't have a 3D printer. Now, your very next option of getting parts printed is looking for an actual 3D printing service. And I'll show you how you would find one of those as well. So the very first thing you want to do is you want to grab your computer or your phone, and you're just going to go to Google, and you're going to type in 3D printing service. So once you type that in, you're going to have a ton of companies that come up, and you can actually send your file over. Shapeways is one of the ones that a lot of people use. Set up your account. You can get a quote. This gives you an idea of what type of materials you can use. So you always want to choose the best material for your actual application. So that's one of the ones. I'll put a link to that one in there as well. But you got a ton of other ones. So you just want to do the research, find out which one is going to work best for you. The next options are going to be typing in 3D printing service near you. Once I type that in, I'm going to get the local places near me. So here we go, ready to go 3D printing. I'm not familiar with them, but they are close to the Memphis area. I'm not in Memphis, but I'm close to the area. You got 3D and beyond, lots of 3D. I'm going to look for a 3D printing service near Bartlett, Tennessee. All right, let's see what we have here. So we're going to check out this one, FBRC8 LLC. Let's go to their website. There we go, 3D printing, scanning, and design. So in this case, we want to do 3D printing. Whether you need small detail parts or large strong ones, we have you covered. So there we go. And you can submit a request in this case. But by them being local, if it was something that I needed, I would just find where they're located and I would go to them because it's in the area that I'll be working in tomorrow. So you have options like that. Go online, check that out if you don't have a friend that have a 3D printer. So there's two different ways you can get your 3D FPV camera mount print. Next, I want to get into the camera system. So this is the one I have. I'm not saying that you guys need this particular one, but this is just the one that I use. I'm going to give you some other options that may cost a little bit more, but you won't have to have the 3D print, which is going to probably actually save you some money. So for this one, we're going to be using Amazon. So go ahead and grab your phone or your computer or your iPad, whatever you use, and go ahead and go to Amazon.com. So once you get on Amazon, go ahead in the search bar and type in FPV camera for RC car. So you're going to get a whole bunch of different options. Now, this is the one that I bought. Not saying you guys have to get this one because this particular one you would need to print something, and as you can see, it's real reasonable, $29. And one reason why I got this one because it's Amazon choice and you got a lot of people that bought it and it has real good ratings. As I mentioned earlier, everything I talk about, I have a link in the description below as well. So let's go back out and we're gonna go here. This is an overall pick. This is Amazon choice as well, $49. For this particular one, you don't need any specific mount. You can use it just like it is. Now if you go back out, you'll see tons of other ones. I'm giving you something that's cost effective. Of course, you have your digital setups, which are going to be a whole lot more expensive, DJI 04 and different other ones, but these are the ones that I'm showing you guys that I chose just because of the ratings and the price. So the very next thing you guys are going to need is a set of box goggles or a monitor. As I mentioned earlier, these were a little costly, but they're nowhere near the cost of some of the other ones that I looked at. So I'm going to show you guys some cost-effective options. All right guys, so for this one we're going to utilize Amazon. Type in FPV Goggles, and this is an analog system that I'm using. Here are some of your options. This is one version. The FatShark Recon is one version of the one that I have. I have a few more features on the one that I actually use. So you have this EV800D, which I've heard good things about as well. These are the N3s that actually work with the DJI 04. You got a $75 one right here, which is an overall pick. Has pretty good ratings. Not a lot. It's an Amazon choice. And Speedy B sell these. Now these are going to be a great option. These will definitely work with the camera that I'm using. I'll let you guys go over all the other features. And these are the ones that I'm using. I don't suggest you buy these because you're going to be getting into these and you may not like. The next option is going to be a FPV monitor. So you'll see right off the bat, you have a monitor that's $58, which is not bad at all. This is the one I would go with. This is Amazon choice and it's an overall pick. $65, you're not going to beat it. So now I pretty much have covered everything besides batteries. You're going to get the battery based on the camera that you have. My particular camera had a different connector on it and I did change mine out because I have a bunch of batteries. Okay guys, so once you decide what card you're going to put the FPV camera on, in my case it's going to be my Losi Micro B. You're going to get your camera along with the mount. You're going to get your double side tape and you're going to put a strip right at the bottom, or the base in this case. Or if you get that other camera, just put it at the bottom. Don't peel it off and go ahead and connect this. Turn your goggles on and you'll notice that it's actually showing the picture right now. I'm going to put these on and I'm going to find the best spot to put it on the car. In this case, I'm going to put it right here. That's going to give me a pretty good view. And you're going to find a pretty flat spot. So that's the view that you'll be getting when you're driving. So I'm going to show you guys some footage. So this is probably not the best thing to do for this particular drone because this is a little cheap one. I've never flown it, but I'm gonna try something with this particular one. I'm gonna go ahead and put this camera on here and I'm gonna try to put it in the middle so I can distribute all the weight. We're gonna fly this and see how well it does. I'm just gonna see if it'll lift this camera and see how well it'll fly with the camera on there. Okay, as you can see, we got everything set up. Start recording. First time flying it. That weight may be a little heavy, but it is flying. So it's safe to say if I had a little larger drone, which I do have one, I could test out, but I'm not going to test out. But I just want to show you guys how you can basically FPV anything. Okay guys, so if you made it this far, go ahead and hit that thumbs up for me. Go ahead and subscribe. If you hadn't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the GNCRC channel as well. Make sure you leave me a comment. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and share this video for me. Now before I go guys, I want to mention one thing. This camera, I noticed it was getting pretty warm. That's probably due to it being inside of here. I would like to say that I think the other camera that I showed you guys is going to be more so meant for what I did because it was getting pretty warm. The other one has a heat sink built into it, and I think this is more so for your airplanes, but I could be wrong. If that is the case and anyone knows that's watching this channel, let me know in the comments, please. My goal was to show you guys you can use FPV on pretty much any RC car, whether that's a crawler, a buggy, a truggy. Now, you do have to be careful when you're driving it because you don't want to flip that thing and break that antenna off. So I'll show you guys the two options that I would go with if I was going to do it. The first option I'm going to show you guys is the option that comes with the FPV goggles. And with this option, you'll be looking at about $126. So the second option would be a monitor along with the camera, and you'll be looking at $116. With either setup, guys, I don't think you can go wrong. If you have any questions, make sure you leave them in the comments and I'll get to them as soon as possible. But go ahead and check out these products, guys, and get out there and have some fun. Really wish I could do more flying, but I got to get on the sim. That's something I'm going to be doing pretty soon. I'm actually building out some type of system. I'm not going to go into a lot of details about it, but make sure you stay tuned to the channel. Make sure you guys get out there and bend some air, break some wind. Till next time, guys, this is Corey with Airbender FPV. Thanks for watching.